the group of problems people found next most difficult, and these problems are, in fact, challenging to some extent, concern normal curve and interpretation of the normal curve. So let's look at that. Now, whenever you see something that's going to involve the normal curve, before you do anything else, before you even read what the problem is asking, as soon as you recognize that you're going to need to interpret something on the normal curve, you draw this picture. Now I'm going to draw it for you. The first thing you do is you simply draw the bell-shaped curve, and you divide that at 60% of the middle height and at 1/7 of the middle height, approximately. You're just representing things, and it's not necessary to be really meticulous about it. And you label the z-axis, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Now, on the problems that you have in the test, if it's relevant, I'm going to also give you information that you should automatically know. I shouldn't have to give it to you, but some people have trouble remembering numbers, and I don't really mind giving it to you. The fact that if we split between z equals 0 and 1, we split this at 1/2 and split here at 1.5, then %19 of the distribution is between 0 and z equals 1/2. 34% is between 0 and 1, and that's one you certainly should know. 43% is between 0 and 1.5. 48% between 0 and 2. And the numbers are the same on the other side. And if necessary, if the question involves numbers below the mean, you're going to want to also label the same numbers on the other side. Okay? So it should take you no more than a minute, and you should be able to do this. And I really recommend that between now and the time you take this test, every day you take a minute and write this out from memory. If your memory messes up, go back, review it, give yourself a few minutes, put all your notes away, and write it out again. You need this, and you need this picture. And another thing you should probably add to the picture is that you have 50% to the right of 0. Just remind yourself of that. You know it, and you're probably going to use it when it's important, but it really helps if you actually write it out. Okay? So this is the picture, and the information given on the first of the problems includes these percents in case you've forgotten them, but you really shouldn't need me to tell you what those. You really should be able to just ignore that and write this down. But the numbers will be there if you need it. Again, I don't mind giving you those numbers. That's perfectly okay. Well, so we draw the same picture for the first problem, and the first problem asks what percent of the distribution what percent of the outcomes on a distribution will be greater than z equals 2? Well, we write down our percents here. So we've got a picture, and we also write down the 50%. And then we ask, well, greater than 2. That's from here on out. What's that percent? Well, from here to here is 50%. From here to here is 48%. That leaves 2% from here to here. And that should be really obvious to you. If it isn't, please send me a question, come by and ask me.